Hey everyone, this is Mark Price with DevSlopes.com, and in this introduction video, we're just going to talk about some of the lessons that we're going to be covering in this course. And so what I've got here is the Udemy course outlined on the left-hand side, and I've got my assets on the right-hand side over here. And before we get started though, I also want to talk about the free assets you're going to get as part of this course. And I've got some screenshots here. Basically, I had an amazing professional designer create these fully functional app designs. And when I say fully functional, meaning there's no code, but the apps have every button and screen you need to build a fully functional app. And they're pre-exported at low, medium, and high resolutions for both iOS and Android, ready to use in your projects. And these are the type of assets and quality that in the past, I've paid people $2,500 for per app to build something like this. And they're just absolutely amazing, handcrafted just for you, and put them to good use, make some apps. So we've got this type of Uber clone here, and then we've got a money manager type app, a chat messaging app, kind of like Facebook Messenger, a calendaring app, kind of like a Google Calendar, and then we've got a musical video recording app, kind of like the Musical.ly, really nice. We've got this Slapchat, kind of like a Snapchat app, all the controls and things you would need. A social media app, kind of like Facebook. And then we've got like a song streaming app like Spotify, and an e-commerce app for any type of store front, and a restaurant check-in app, kind of like Yelp or something like that. And every button and graphic and everything has been exported already for you, named properly, and just ready to be used. And you also get the master sketch files. So these were created using Sketch 3, and you can use these master files, modify them, etc. These are not for redistribution, meaning you can't give them to other people or sell them, but you can use them commercially in your own apps or on your free apps, whatever. They're yours to build. So a license just for you to use them, and really cool stuff. So you're going to get that as part of this course if you purchase this course. And then here's some of the apps you're going to be building here. We've got a bootcamp locator. And the idea behind this app was you can use your location, you can enter a zip code in and find locations nearby you, and then a list pops up with the address and information on there. And so you've got this cool little map view that sometimes is visible, sometimes is not. So you're going to learn how to make custom annotations. You're going to learn how to implement the search bar up here, and some of the cool features on the maps, how to make the pins drop, and how to use GPS coordinates and Google Play services, all the newest APIs. Really cool. Really, really cool. And then we've got DevSlopes Radio. And the idea behind this one is, let me change the view here. The idea behind this one is you can create lists and grids, and this is using Google's new Recycler view. Google recommends not to use the older lists or fragment list views or anything like that anymore. So it's all Recycler views, and so we're going to be using that in this course for vertical lists, horizontal lists, and so you get all these graphics here, and you're able to build these really cool looking apps and multiple screens and things like that. And in fact, all of these apps are fully functional, graphics exported for you, and you can use these commercially as well, not for redistribution, but they're yours to use if you want to build these apps out, or even just use the graphics on different projects. So there's another app. And then we've got Hero Me, which is really cool. The idea behind this app is that you basically pick a superhero. So you give them a backstory, like how did you get your powers, and what kind of powers do you have, and then it creates a backstory with like where you came from and how you got those powers, and just really pretty, really cool looking. You get these graphics as well too. We'll be covering this in the course. And this is our Instagram clone, which is also very awesome. I was blown away by these designs that the designer created, and he just did a fantastic job. So you can build your own. Let me clean this up for you here. You can build your own Instagram app if you wanted to using these graphics. Just beautiful, beautiful graphics. We talk about how to get your photos and videos from the device and show them up on a grid here, and how all kinds of cool and complex stuff broken down really easy for you. And so you get these graphics as well too. Really fun stuff. That's our Instagram clone. We got a journal app. This is where you can like save data in the persist data to the device. And so the idea behind this app is you get to build a journal, type entry in, and it saves it for that date. You can always go back and get to it. You can add an image on it, type of thing. So there's the journal app. We got a material chat app, and we call it material because it's using material design, so it looks real pretty and googly, the Google way. And so we got a material chat app. Great designs. Michael Jordan is not in the app, and he's not texting us, but really cool. And then we've got our weather app, and this one was so much fun to build, and it's beautiful too. And you should build your own weather app. One of these days, Google or Apple App Store is gonna be like, you know what, DevSlopes, we are sick of your students submitting weather apps. We've gotten 5,000 weather apps. Just stop it. I'm gonna say no. So cool weather app. Just let me clean it up here. Clean it up by kind. So. It shows the weather for your current location, 5-day forecast, lots of cool things, wind, rain. You get all these graphics too, of course, which you can use for whatever you want. And just don't resell them because that's not allowed. And so, yeah. Cool. You get the sketch files for these as well too. And that's kind of an overview of what you're going to be building in this course. The cool thing is I've got more updates coming that I'm actually working on right now. You'll see that soon. So sit tight, go through this course, get ready for tons of instruction. I really took a deep dive in through the documentation to make sure we're using the absolute latest and greatest, because I've been building Android apps for a while, but the last few months I haven't put one out, so I wanted to make sure I'm using all the new stuff. So I actually had to throw some of my old stuff away that I've been doing, and we're using all the new stuff, best practices straight from Google, latest documentation, literally best coding practices that you could take with you onto a job or into your app. I'm not going to steer you astray. I made sure that I understood everything that was going on before I taught anything, and that sometimes that meant spending hours in the documentation trying to understand it so I could communicate it to you effectively, because if you don't know what you're talking about, you can't teach it to someone else and it doesn't stick. So really cool stuff. Take this course, jump on in, and let's get learning.